Royal Nation TV. Keep it locked.
What's cracking, BKG with it?
Oh wow, baby, Royal Nation TV.
Royal Nation TV.
Royal Nation TV.
This tour that's happening right now.
Yeah, we're doing a different world tour for HBCUs.
Campus of Spelman College here in Atlanta. But if you were a fan of the show A Different World, Craig, I know that you were, then you'll definitely recognize this building behind me. This was used as the establishing shot for many of the scenes throughout the series. And it's also the very first stop as the tour kicks off their HBCU tour across the country today. Now they're going around talking about the importance of these institutions and also taking the show's enduring legacy to the next generation. Even from the very first notes, who knew the show was something special?
I know my parents loved me.
And our whole purpose is to get attendance up in some of the HBCUs.
Wow.
Yeah.
So why HBCUs?
Why not? We're black.
But there's a reason why, though. There's a reason why.
Well, different world. I mean,
Because of what you didn't know, which affected a lot of people. They did a studies on it, I guess. They talked about different people. You can come in. They talked about different people.
I'm sorry. I would get up, but I'm like cornered in. Okay.
Nah, we filming right now. My wife just walked in. She had to definitely come see this. You know. No, but the Different World Tour at the HBCUs is because how it affected a lot of black people.
You know, we didn't know that. Once again, we didn't have social media.
Right.
So we didn't know the effect
And
until later on.
They didn't do a press conference to say, hey, you know, this is why this inspired this person to want to go to college.
No, well, NBC wasn't really on our side anyway. Right. You know what I mean?
So your character, and I want to make sure I state this for the audience, your character was Kim.
Yeah.
On the TV show A Different World. And you played a doctor, right?
To be a doctor.
To be a doctor.
Yeah.
So that was a black woman in the early 80s,
Yep.
in the late 80s, mid 90s, going to school to become a doctor.
On scholarship and working.
And that was your character, right?
I used to not like him. She was boring to me in the beginning. I'm like, you got me working a mop. What is this? So
I thought you was boring though. You like the boring life though.
You know what I mean? Real life.
Real life. Okay, gosh.
But then I realized, she was needed.
Right. And she brought that balance.
I was a straight man. I love it. It's like Jasmine and I were like Lucy and Ethel.
So Jasmine Guy was like the person that wanted to.
She was Lucy.
And then that balanced the whole character scene out, right? What was some pivotal moments in that Kim's character?
Well, it's a lot of pivotal moments, but I have to. It was pivotal. Well, actually, with me and Jasmine, I mean, I love her so much and her art. That one time that we were in a scene and she was so real that I forgot my line. I was just watching her, and I said, "Man, that shit was good."
Oh wow!
I got in trouble.
Well, yeah, you said it.
I got in trouble.
Yeah. But I mean,
but it was just amazing. I was like, "Wow."
Yeah, that had to have been amazing because it was like, whoa, your acting skills is fire.
I'm like, you're a bad lady.
Big shout out to Jasmine Guy.
Shout out to Jasmine Guy.
But does an actor reach that point? Like, is that like a experience or growth or some type of evolution?
It's growth. It's wisdom. If you do it long enough, and also too, is you have to have a technique. I don't care what anybody says in acting. It's okay to be up there, but if you notice, and I'm sure you can tell on TV who has technique and who does not, because they're playing themselves.
Right. Well, and that's what I want to see people that's not playing themselves. I want to see people that's stepping out the range, like we talked about, right?
Yeah.
So, because a lot of people are playing themselves.
They're playing
Ice
themselves.
Cube is playing himself.
Yeah, he is. And he's doing a good job at playing himself.
Much respect to him.
And then Will used to play himself until he got coaches.
And that's the key.
Then
if you
he
take
blew
your
up.
craft, serious, just like Beyonce, Beyonce had to go get a vocal coach.
Yeah,
But
isn't that
look,
amazing?
But look what took her to the next level.
Yeah, but I still think I know we talked about this with Mia Culpa, with Kelly Rowland. She has potential. That young lady can be a star,
I'm actually doing something with her.
man. But
the
it wasn't
16th.
good. It wasn't nothing there.
Right.
But she has it. She got it. She has it. It has to be brought out.
But I don't want to deviate from this because
Okay.
it's very important. So let's get back to this whole different world tour
Okay.
and the HBCUs.
Okay.
Now, granted, I didn't know this, but I thought it was only like 10 HBCUs.
I know it's like 100. There's so
Talk
many
about that.
HBCUs. Did you look it up
minority.
after we talked?
No, I didn't get a chance to talk to my wife about it, but yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Right.
There's so many of them that we
So-
don't even know
so give me
about.
some of the different HBCUs that you have discovered. I know you told me about one.
Yeah, actually, Miles. It's called Mile College. I didn't know in San Antonio. I forget what the name of the college is, but it was all Mexican, but it was the HBCU.
Right.
And so, actually, I think that with the HBCUs are people of color because they were all Mexicans.
All of them.
Yeah.
So, I almost forgot about something. We'll get back on that one. But so the enrollment rate in the HBUs right now is low.
Yeah, four is the schools that no one knows of. You know what I mean? Because Clark is good. You know, Hampton, not Hampton, but where did we go? What are the ones in Atlanta?
Spelman.
We went to Spelman, Clark, and Morehouse. They're
Morehouse.
great. You know, the top 10, but the ones after that,
They're not
the
really.
people don't. Yeah, because I didn't even know that there were more HBCUs. I had no idea.
Yeah, a lot. Right.
And so
right.
we're trying to get enrollment there so they can get some funding.
So the funds are not being,
Allocated,
in
never. I mean, look at it
allocated.
here. Houston, from the film commission, we never get the money. It
Right.
goes to San Antonio and Austin.
Which is
and Dallas.
which is crazy because Houston is a major market, and you named two small markets, right?
It's ridiculous, man.
Well, let's talk about the corruption that happens in these HBCUs.
I know.
Another thing that kind of stalls their funds, or even question their integrity.
Yeah,
And we've seen that with TSU. We've seen that
TSU.
with a couple of them.
yeah.
And that baffles me sometimes. But I get it. I mean, the politicians.
We have to
the
do
people,
better though
yeah.
for our students, for our kids.
We really
You know,
gotta do
because
better.
and put some people in there that really care. You
Right.
gotta have to have empathy. You gotta care for these kids.
Right.
If you don't care and you're just in it for the money, you need to go home. These
So-
kids need education and love.
What's the response you're getting from? Because I know y'all started the Different World Tour in Atlanta
Yeah.
a week ago.
Yeah.
What's the response you're getting from the new generation?
Oh my God.
Which is
You know what I find is very interesting? Cree, brilliant, who plays Freddie. They connect more with her because she does the animation and she does voiceovers. So she's everybody that these kids anime, all of this stuff. That's her. And so they're like, so they know her very well, which is amazing. With us, we're just old heads. You know what I mean? We're old heads, but they respect us. But it's just
but they did their research on y'all too.
yeah, they
which
did.
Which
They
was
did.
great. Which
They
is
did. The
phenomenal,
questions
right?
were amazing. We were like, "Oh my God, can you repeat it?"
Because it was mind blowing.
Intelligent.
Right? I mean, from those many years ago, and them
know.
asking that. And
But
then-
also too, but we've never been off the air since we were canceled. We've never been. We're still going strong.
so y'all still on air, and that's on what?
Well, right
streaming
now we're on
service?
Max.
On Cinemax.
Yeah,
right?
Cinemax.
Yep,
Uh-huh.
Cinemax has an app. Phenomenal.